Marcel Bona. Number 9, Victory Shambusho. Number 12, Jordan Lowe. Number 15, Nick Fussell. Number 18, Brandon Torsen. Number 19, Mario Benedich. Number 22, Francis Powell. And number 25, Adam Pajeski. Head coach is Mike Schaefer. And now the starting lineup for your Highlanders. The goalkeeper, number 1, Daniel Zanabek. The rest, number 2, Rigger Smith. Number 4, Javier Segaste. Number 5, Eden Rodzinski. Number 6, Cody Geisberg. Number 7, Kobe Reeves. Number 9, Michael Henman. Number 10, Jonathan Walter. Number 14, Kensho Endo. Number 17, Gordon Hall. And number 18, Hagan Kim. And coach is Steve Sanderson. And at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able to. Remove your hats and join us for the playing of O Canada.
Welcome to Centennial Stadium at the University of Victoria on the traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking people for this League 1 BC men's soccer matchup. Hello everyone, my name is Richero. Glad to be with you here today for the Victoria Highlanders home opener for the 2023 League 1 BC season against the visiting Unity FC. We just had the women's match play and it was a 2-2 draw between the Highlanders and Unity. What will the men's match bring us? Highlanders in 3rd place so far after their 3-game road trip to start the season. 2 wins, no losses, 1 draw, good for 7 points in 3rd place. And an undefeated start only gets you 3rd place. Sounds a familiar refrain at this point in League 1 BC, but here we are. And Unity, meanwhile, 6th place on 5 points, 1 win, 1 loss, 2 draws. Highlanders come into this with excellent defensive records, having only conceded once in those 3 games, but also having only scored 3 times. So while they do have 2 wins, only by the slimmest of margins. They're going to need some more goal support if they plan on climbing up the table past 3rd place. Hopefully the lineup they have today will do that. Starting lineups for the Highlanders: Daniel Zadrovic in goal. Backline of Caden Rogozinski, Cody Geisbers, Gordon Hall, and Hagan Kim. Gregor Smith, Javier Segaste, Kobe Greaves, Jonathan Walter, and then Kensho Ando and Michael Henman. For Unity, David Hicks gets the start between the sticks. Then in front of him, Devin Chesko, Joel Badger, Brandon Torsen, Mario Banovich, Francis Powell, Adam Hideki, Marcel Bona, Jordan Lowe, Nick Fussell, and Victory Shambusho. Should be a good one. The Unity visitors bringing a lot of natural defenders with them, according to the player sheet, so it'll be interesting to see how they deploy for this road trip to the island. Highlanders, of course, play tomorrow against Natsamat. So we'll be watching for some subs to keep legs fresh for this 2 games in 2 days weekend tilt. On the bench for the Highlanders, a metric whack ton of midfielders: David Schaefer, Aziz Youssef, Hamish Ogden, Charlie Stewart. Anthony Preston is listed as a midfield/forward. And William Libby is on bench for defense, and backup goalkeeper Logan Pierce for Unity. Sebastian Coline, the backup goalkeeper, and then Joey Seo, Xander Roxburgh, Kieran Eve in midfield, and James Cameron, CJ Rossi, and Korosh Jamshidi as forward. It'll be Unity to kick off in this first half in their all-black kit on your broadcast right. Highlanders in their white kit with the black shorts in your broadcast left. And the home opener for the Highlanders men is underway. Caden Rogozinski lets that run to Daniel Zadrovic. The Highlanders get things started from their own end. Shambusho already providing pressure. Of course, longtime Highlander supporters will know that name, Victory Shambusho. That is not an unknown quantity in these parts. Meanwhile, Gregor Smith, early ball right in the middle, was unfortunately behind Henman, but following up, playing on over. Yeah, I think that was Walters who managed to get through. So off of Unity's opening kick, Highlanders get the first chance before the 30-second mark. Did I mention they're 2-0-1? Rogozinski, long ball, comes down between the heads of Henman. Ando now on the right side, puts in the cross, cleared. Down by Jonathan Walter. A familiar name to Highlanders supporters. Shambusho called for that tackle from behind though. Shambusho will dispute it slightly, saying that he got ball. Referee disagrees. Kobe Greaves standing over this one as forward goes Rogozinski. Gregor Smith providing a near side option. Jonathan Walter just ahead of the wall there. Henman now in motion. They go way far back corner, headed down, takes a deflection. It'll be tapped forward by Ando, I believe. And now into the area they go. Is low, right into Hicks, who makes the first save of the match. Hicks wearing the armband for this one, captaining his side. Tested early by the Highlanders attack, which looks fired up and ready to go. Only averaging a goal per game is the Highlanders attack. They will need more than that. That's a fairly simple analysis right there if they have any hope of making this a much better League One BC campaign than their inaugural one last year. Throwing for the Highlanders on the far side. Some international flavor in the Highlanders in this match. Kencho Ando, of course, Japanese nationality, and Haegon Kim, Korean. On the bench, David Schaefer is listed as German. All of the players in this match, Canadian. That ball squirts through on the far side. Hall goes to ground. No call. Hall makes a retaliatory tackle. Nothing called there either. Cleared by Ando with authority. He's seen quite enough of that. And Mario Banovich on the back line now. Francis Powell has to move quickly here. He was under pressure. Still under pressure as up comes Smith. Smith and Walter putting in a lot of pressure on this near side. An awkward move here by Anna to try and hook that ball back. Instead, it's grabbed by Brandon Torsen. Torsen up the middle. And that ball from Fussell, looking for Shambusho. Now, that's a good ball from Shambusho. Unfortunately, even better blocked by Gordon Hall. Hall wearing the armband as captain for the Highlanders in this match. Low ball in the depth, looking for Smith. Nice tackle there. And if that deflection doesn't come in from Joel Badger, you have to think Gregor Smith's got a pretty solid chance at the back post. Instead, he does just enough to put Smith off, and that shot goes sailing harmlessly off into the yonder. Shambusho now providing some pressure, and there's the man on shouts, and Shambusho might try to get to this. No call. Fair challenge by Rogozinski, says the referee. He's already letting a lot of physicality go here. Tempo is being set, and the tone is being set. Of course, the enemy of all players is consistency. Hopefully a foul called one way in the 4th minute is called the exact same way in the 84th. So if this is the kind of a physicality we can expect, this should be a good tilt. Hall trying to play out there. He's played into a man under pressure to find some other options. Greaves is providing one. They go long instead. Instead, that's knocked down. Bona into the midfield. Clipped away. Ando coming forward. Over the top now. Shambusho up against Geispers. Familiar foes there. Former teammates at one time. You could see the volley being lined up there by Joel Badger. Fortunately, it never quite fell for him. Torreson sees the overlap, opts to go back instead. Powell, center. Sent out wide by Fussell. And now it comes back to Torreson. All the way back it goes now. Powell, one of the two center backs. Along with Banovich. And that will be deflected and out for a corner, the first of the afternoon, going the way of Unity. Bodies are forward for this one. They're leaving Badger back at the edge of the area. Strong header and sent away. Right back in over the top. Punch comes out from Zadravec. And it did come off of the attacking Unity player, Jordan Lowe, last, according to the referee, so it'll be a goal kick. That was very nearly a dangerous moment there as the second phase ball calmly lofted in by Marcel Bona. To catch everybody by surprise. I'd be shocked if Lowe was onside. The flag never came up for offside. Ando finds the path through, but no white jerseys beyond. Badger. Back to Torreson. Badger's up this left side, looking for a way through. Listed as a fullback, playing more of a winging role today. In front of Torreson. All the way at the back right. Long ball here for Shambusho. One-on-one, but it's a poor second touch there. Shambusho will want that one back. Not his best work. Kim tries to find a way forward instead, being watched closely. Bona again trying to break things up, and that will pop up into the midfield. Sliding in there, Fussell. Nice ball from Lowe. Shambusho. Fancy footwork. Ando meets it. Follow-up is a Lowe, deflected. A Lowe shot, not Lowe the player, to be clear. Now Badger. Torreson. Centrally now. Powell. Lowe. Shakes off one tackle, moves through the middle. Ando closing him down. Does well to get ball. Cleared, but not far. Still Unity. Bona to Torreson. Torreson sizes this up, sees Badger. He'll look for the cross here. Can't find it. There's the overlap from Torreson. Bring in Bona instead. Torreson gets past Smith, puts in the left footer. High cross back post over everybody's head. And that'll roll into... not quite. Doing well there. Devin Chesko getting there in time to save the throw in. Still Shambusho with it at the end line. Puts the cross in. Headed to Badger. Missed it. Torreson can't get there in time. And chance for counter here as Henman tried to get clear. Couldn't do it. Not Henman. That was Rogozinski make that, not Henman. Henman's still way up by the midfield stripe. Instead, we'll have a near side corner as Unity are piling the pressure on here. Corner kick, goes back post again. Powell first to it. Watched by Kim. Badger. Looking back post. No. Yes, they will signal goal. There was some confusion over whether it was over the end line to begin with, but it spun back and into the net, and they're going to call that a goal. Now the referee's going to talk to the assistant here. The flag came up initially. They're going to make absolutely certain that this is indeed a goal. And that looks like to me that Unity have got themselves on the board in the 10th minute. Well, the cross that came in from the far side was a good one at back post, and it looked like it had hit the ground on the other side of the end line. But the back spin fooled everyone, and into the back of the net it went. We'll see who gets credit for that. And Lowe will get the credit for that one. As throw-in comes in on the far side for Unity. Taken by Chesko. Has Shambusha as a short option. Goes long instead. Flicked over. Waiting for it there was Fussell. Knocked down now in Unity. Chance to go centrally. Badger trying to get there. Not quite. He will come away with it though and cycle it back. Torsen tries from distance. Zadrovic had to be sharp. Can Badger get on the rebound? He can, but Zadrovic is very well sprawled out. Great double save by Daniel Zadrovic. And it stays 1-0. Badger and Torsen are causing all kinds of problems on this near side, but can the Highlanders counter here? Gregor Smith looking inside, gives it away. Poor pass, and now it's Torsen. Right back at the way with pace. Kensho Ando gets in front of him. Ando, current supporters' choice for MVP for the men's side from 2022. Playing like it there. Ando. Kobe Greaves let it go. Sliding in though. Awkward challenge. They give that foul the way of Highlanders because Rogozinski came in second and late. It was very awkward on the part of both players there, but no worse for wear. It appears to be Fussell, I believe, who was the player who was down. Nope, actually Fussell might have been Low. Make that the goal scorer. I think that was Low. Seems no worse for wear. And supporters in the Lakeside boys trying to rally this crowd and rally these players. Haven't even played 15 minutes yet. It's already 1-0 Unity. Free kick coming up for Unity though. That challenged by Rogozinski. No card shown, just a foul. Still a decent spot for a free kick. Shambusha might fancy his chances here. Bona is there as well. Go off to the side. It's also Torsen, I think, standing there. And they'll sort this out now. It is Shambusha. Oh, didn't miss by much. Zadrovic at full stretch at that far post. Watched it sail past. Long ball headed back. Hideki. Powell. Looking for the run there. But Hall should be able to get there ahead of Fussell and does. Not Fussell Low make that who'd made the run. Now Fussell receives his throw and flicks it on. Oh, you could see the idea there. was looking for the run of either Shambusho or Badger. That looks like a set throw-in play right there. Nice little flick. No one making the run onto it. Geispers. Little deflection there from Badger. It's just enough for Torsen to get a hold of it. Through Powell to Hajdeki. Beats the press. Goes long. Lowe takes a run at it. Hall should be able to see this out and does. Quick throw in by Hall. Kim now. Leaves it behind. Gets it back. Busho providing high press here for Unity. And that will be a goal kick. Deflection coming off Shambusho in the press. Since the goal, Highlanders have looked shell-shocked. They had some early pressure. Looked good in the attack. But that might have been only a mirage. Hasn't seen a really solid, consistent attacking threat since, and now they really need one. Down a goal. And for a team that has, again, only scored 3 times in 3 matches so far, average of a goal a game, they're going to need to find more than that today. They plan on leaving this home opener with all 3 points. Geispers, Rogozinski. Walter turning there. Gets the return. Now Highlanders playing with a little bit of possession. Trying to stretch the lines here. Now Rogozinski. Greaves, nice little stutter step. Goes on the deck, looking for a run. Smith is offside. Hit the post anyway. But Smith did start, he jumped that gun by just a hair. The assistant was in a great position for it though. And no real complaints with that offside call. And Smith is denied a chance to level the score. Taken short by Hicks. Torsen goes long. Might have seen Lowe out at the far side there, opted not. So Unity appears to have settled into a 4-2-3-1. Using Powell. Oh, there's going to be a quick discussion head there. Nothing further comes of it. Using Bona and Powell as the holding midfielders. Lowe, Fussell, and Badgers, the attacking 3, and Shambusho leading the line. Not a surprise at all to see Shambusho at the tip of the spear. That is a place where you would most expect to find a perfect scorer. Great run by Badger. Gets a deflection off the leg of Greaves. It'll be thrown for Unity. Badger has been a handful in the early stages of this game. And Unity, sliding in is Ando from deep in midfield. Calm work there by Bona to skip the challenge. And now away go Highlanders trying to build out again. Kim. Sagaste. Hasn't had nearly enough time on the ball as he would like, I'm sure. Greaves trying to fix that. Goes over the top. Henman has barely been involved in the play as well. Long ball finds Smith, but he's offside again. Highlanders playing would be roughly a 4-5-1. Flat forward, Rogozinski, Geispers, Hall, and Kim. And a slightly less flat, more fluid midfield 5 of Smith, Greaves, Ando, Walter, and Sagaste, with Ando playing in that holding role. Almost a 4-1-4-1, though we've seen him move up in the attack multiple times here. And then Henman leading the line. Badger doing what he does. Powell. Can't skip the challenge of Walter, though. Looks long. This is a chance for Henman to get involved. Out comes Hicks, who chests it away. Aggressive sweeping. The Unity keeper, and that will be offside surely, and it is. Well, David Hicks going on a little bit of a journey well outside his penalty area there. The perils of being a sweeper keeper did not harm him, though. Hall looking for Kim. Kim goes long. Sagase wanted that at his feet. Greaves brings it down, pops it up. And out wide goes Kim again. On the overlap, brought down. Still manages to poke it forward. Ando can't get in front of it. Forward aggressively comes Hall. Hall still active, but now foul conceded. That'll be a free kick for Unity. "21 minutes gone. 1-0 Unity. 10th minute goal by Jordan Lowe. Second phase ball off of a set piece. Ball floated to the back post. The backspin caught everybody by surprise, and Lowe was there to make sure it got into the back of the net. There were some thoughts that maybe it might have crossed the end line before spinning back in front of the goal. Both the referee and the assistant, after a conversation, decided it was a good goal. And that is how we find ourselves at 1-0 for the visitors. Gregor Smith with the header there to knock that out into touch. Joel Badger with the header back in. Badger to Torreson. Powell has Bono with him. Opts to go all the way back to Banovic. Chesko puts it on the deck. Lowe, the goal scorer, back. Chesko goes on the run. Shambusho skips one challenge, tries to skip two. Can he get around Hall? Not for pace there, and that'll go over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick. The pace of victory Shambusho is going to be a handful for Geispers and Hall. All afternoon, you have to think. Hall in particular seems to have drawn the more immediate marking duties. And considering how much of a threat Badger is, that makes sense. Rogozinski and Geispers will have their work cut out for them as well. Meanwhile, Gregor Smith, not the best touch. And the Highlanders really starting to bite at their chances here and snap it, trying to get these balls to settle and to move forward. They were better earlier on in the half when they took their time, kept things simple. They weren't forcing these slightly higher passes or forcing unnecessary errors. But now it is Unity up a goal and content to kill off some time here. Passing around in the triangles. Hideki. Hideki going long for Lowe on the run. Kim is there. High boot from Lowe. Gets into the area, puts it into the center, and that is cleared by Rogozinski. Zadrovic backed off of that one. There were runners coming in late in the form of Shambusho and Fussell. Throw, clips off the head. Ando can't get there, but Geispers can. Greaves looks long for Henman. Is out in that battle with Banovic. The Unity backline now will take their time. Chesko being brought in. And that one actually skips over the toes of Mario Banovic. Not that I'm sure he'll be too out of sorts. They go long again, looking for Shambusho. Sadrovic rolls it out quickly. Hall. Hall plays it on the deck. This is looking a little more threatening. Going on a run. And dancing to the area nicely. The cross, though. Did it catch a deflection? It did, and it'll be a corner on the far side. First of the afternoon for the Highlanders. The hard work pays off, and Jonathan Walter will dutifully step over to take this one. There's the cross near post, cleared easily. Second phase ball option here. It'll go back to Walter. Nice little hook inside. Can he get it up a right-footed strike? Puts the cross in and it falls to Hicks. No problems there. If memory serves, Jonathan Walter once scored an absolutely beautiful free kick for the Highlanders, earning himself Goal of the Week nod, or at least a nomination for it. Back when the Highlanders played in USL 2. Now he's going to need to cook up some more of that magic, but not like that, not with Shambusho. Running all kinds of interference, and that's a poor touch that time from Geispers. This is dangerous for Unity. Fussell to Shambusho, the return, sliding in and getting rid of it there. Key interception there from Hall, and now Smith has to play this right, and does. Rogozinski, up the middle. Walter, leaves it for Ando. Ando, nothing but black kits around him, stumbles, but gets it back. Rogozinski. And there are absolutely no outlets. All the Highlanders, there are 5 Highlanders forming an attacking line here. No midfield support whatsoever. The goal is to play direct. Well, they've tipped their hand a little bit in that respect. Walter now coming back to try and provide some help. Hall to Kim. Walter being watched. Rogozinski. Forward goes Ando. Smith's already forward. Walter. Doesn't let Bona get in. Now Bono again will try and provide pressure, but instead they'll just back off. This is more what the Highlanders are good with, though. Patient possession. Rogozinski up against Badger, hooks it back. Too far, though. And the attack is forced to start again. Walter flares it out wide. Not going to reach Kim, though, but he will get the throw in. Sagaste dropped off deep. But now he and Greaves will offer options for Kim's throw, and it goes to Walter, who taps it directly back into touch. Not the best use of the set piece there. More than halfway through this first half. Highlanders 0, Unity 1. 10th minute goal by Jordan Lowe, the difference. Shambusho tries to get through Hall through brute force, doesn't happen. And Hall let that go thinking that Shambusho had touched it last, but no, that's a corner kick. That came off of Hall. Misread there by Gordon Hall. And perhaps unnecessarily, corner given to Unity. Brandon Torreson. There's the corner. Looking back, post head punch down by Zadrovic. Foul conceded though. And that will be a free kick for the Highlanders. I'm sure they will gladly take that, considering the options that were in that area. Taken quickly by Zadrovic. Geispers has Walter with him. Rogozinski to his right, Hall to his left, opts for Sagaste. Kim's overlapping on the left. Sagaste. Greaves. Kim. First time ball, looking for Walter on the run and Henman. Walter does get through, but that touch is a poor one. But it deflected. Luckily for him, that was a deflection. It'll be a corner for the Highlanders. Well, that's the most promising counterattack or up-tempo attack we've seen from the Highlanders all afternoon. Sagaste got involved, linked up with Walter and Kim, and even brought Henman into the play, who's been more or less on an island in this attack. They'll play short for this corner. Greaves, blocked. Badger trying to clear. Sliding in was Kim. Gets the throw, does the Highlanders. Kim taking his time with this one though. Wants this to be set up a little bit better. Now he'll uncork it. Long throw coming. Off of a head, it's going to be Hicks's to claim, and he does so confidently. Thinks about going quickly, then opts for a little more possession as we've played half hour in this first half. 1-0 Unity. Torreson. Corner being watched by Walter, and that is a rare pass to nowhere by Unity. And otherwise quite solid so far. Bona. Out wide for Chesko. Has Lowe and Powell ahead of him. Powell trying to get onto this. He'll go off of him though. And it will be a foul in favor of Unity before the ball went out of play, looks like. And chance for Unity to set up a free kick, eat up a few more seconds off the clock. Hajdeki puts that on the deck. Fussell trying to get in ahead of Hall. Hall will get it there. It's still live. Greaves gets in, but foul called by Unity on the scramble. Free kick Highlanders. Taken by Zadrovic. Walhall was getting his boots readjusted there. Sagaste goes all the way back. Allows Kim to get time to run to his overlap. They'll send this all the way back to Geispers. Walter providing an option. They opt to go long. Smith advancing way up the right-hand side. Puts it centrally. Space for Walters to work in. There's the return ball. Smith can't get there ahead of Torreson, but he did earn the corner. Some bright work there by Gregor Smith. Linking up with Walter. The pass into space to find Walter was excellent. And now they've got a corner out of it. Go long, does Greaves. Back post, headed down, still live. It deflects and it's in! It's in the back of the net, courtesy of none other than Cody Geispers. Geispers, the center back, right place, right time. The deflection falls to him. It may go down as an own goal, considering the deflection, but Geispers was the player who struck it on net. Regardless of whether it's Geispers or goes down as an own goal, it is 1-1 in the 33rd minute.
Highlanders goal scored in the 32nd minute by number 6, Cody Geispers.
Level at 1. About 12 minutes to go in this first half. Highlanders have a goal. Now can they do better than their season average and score a second? It was good use of that set piece. So Gregor Smith starts that set piece chance with the 1-2 with Walter. Greaves' delivery, the second phase ball, is a good one. And Geispers, right place, right time, hammers it at goal. Takes a kind bounce. And in the back of the net. Badger. Fouled there. No foul. I'm sure Ando had clipped him. Nope, referee says play on. Bona. Fussell, nice little touch there. Flag goes up for offside. Lowe wasn't able to keep control of it. And Zadrovic was there. Flag came up regardless. Sagaste playing that inside for Greaves, and now back to Hall. Kim is now, much like Smith, decided to go hug the attacking line. And that's where it goes. No nonsense defending there from Mario Banovic. Sagaste and Kim. Return, looking for Ando. Get there in time. They down by Hall and keeps it in play. Greaves. Geispers, the goal scorer. Rogozinski. Walter, back to Geispers. Highlanders looking like they are a little more confident in possession now. Smith cuts inside. Nice run from Gregor Smith. Pencho Ando's moved out wide. He's shouldered off the ball. And again, stern defending there from Powell. Good stuff from the Unity midfielder. And they keep it in, a chance to counter. Fussell for Shambusho. Lowe's coming up late. There goes Torsen on a run. It'll be Shambusho. They're calling for it on the far side, but he's closed down 4-on-1. Goes to ground. No call. Greaves. There's a little bit of space here. If Ando can go for a run, he opts to switch instead. That might not have been the best decision because there is Banovic to make sure that ball goes nowhere else. Powell. Ando does well to win that off of Powell. Henman puts in the cross back post. That's going to be out of the range of Sagaste. But Javi Sagaste will keep that in. Low to Greaves, edge of the area. 7-on-7, 7-on-8. Make that. Bona. There's the cross. Looking for Henman. Too low for that. That'll fall for Walter. Sends it all the way back for Hall. Lots of space now on this near side. What do they want to do with it? Greaves. Brings it back central. To the far side it goes. Sagaste. Kim. Is he on side? He is. It's going to be a goal kick though. No touch happened there by the Unity defender, and that ends that attack. Hicks goes short. Banovic. Cheska. Powell looking for that through ball. He's trying to find Fussell. Hall gets there first. Kim keeps it alive, but he gives it away. But I'm sure just like he always planned, banks it off of the Unity attacker and out for a Highlanders throw. Kim opts to uncork a long throw here. Trying to jump onto that with Sagaste. And this is going to be a long ask here for Ando to run onto, and Hicks will sweep that up. Kim will get onto this, being watched by Fussell. Watches it go over the end line, goal kick. Guys, here's that ball is probably not where Sagaste exactly wanted it. He gets it back where he wants to thanks to Hall. But that time, not a good touch from Sagaste. Not a good sequence at all on the far side of the pitch there. 7 minutes to go before halftime. But that's not a harbinger of things to come. Ando coming way up from midfield to put pressure on here. In comes Smith. As now Highlanders begin to put some press on this Unity back line. Ando hooks that one away. In comes Smith, but is beaten by Torsen, who goes long. It's a high line from the Highlanders, but Shambusho, I think, has sprung the trap, and he has. Lowe calls for it. Back post, looking for Badger. Cleared by Rogozinski. Badger on the volley! That bounces right at Zadravec. You have to think Badger will have wanted to cut a little bit sweeter contact with that instead of going straight into the ground and looking for the one-hopper. Highlanders tried to play a high line there, looking for the offside trap, but they were caught. Thankfully for them, did not pay for it. Shambusho now being more aggressively marked. Back comes Henman to back check. Walter trying to get in. Oh, that's a bit of a high challenge there from Powell. And they won't card that, but that will require a little bit of at least a look. See if Gregor Smith is all right. And he looks plenty fine to continue, so Gregor Smith's day continues. Free kick for the Highlanders, just by the midfield circle. Rogozinski. Smith jogs back into his position along the attacking line. Kim, his counterpart, is on the left. Where does Geisper send this one? Goes for Kim. Headed away by Chesko over the head of Sagaste. Sliding in that time, bravely recovering the ball, was Greaves. Couldn't hold in the end, Powell, and now cleared. Badger loses out. And heard the calls at the last possible moment there of nearly being stripped of the ball. Instead, it's Walter now back to Rogozinski, back to Ando. Takes a touch, gives himself some space. Nice ball on the deck, but well covered there by Torsen. Torsen and Hajdecki did well to close off the channels. Nowhere for the Highlanders attack to go to get to that ball. Final 5 minutes of the half, 4 and a bit, plus whatever we have for stoppages. Gregor Smith. Smith looking for the cross, is shouldered by Powell. Powell's having a tenacious game in midfield. Good block there. That time that was by Greaves. It was indeed. It'll be likely Smith to take this throw. So I'll settle this down a bit and decide what he wants to do with this set piece. Opts to go towards the defensive line where Shambusha was watching Rogozinski. Watching Geisbers, and now Fussell closing in on Hall. Hall fakes out and goes for a run. He's got space here. Has Kim. Here on Kim with the right foot. Henman brings it down. Can he turn? He does get a shot off. Not a powerful one, but it was enough to force Hicks to pay attention to it. Henman getting a rare chance to be an active participant in the play. Did what any manager wants his strikers to do at bare minimum, get a shot on target. Even if it wasn't the most powerful one, Henman did his minimum job. Hajdecki to Powell, out wide to Chesko. Or not Chesko, that's low. Chesko had gone ahead. Zadravec. Claims for Hall. That Greaves, actually. Zadravec. Out to Hall, who's playing very wide. The idea there was to look for Sagaste or Kim. Found neither, but did get the deflection off of the leg of Jordan Lowe, the goal scorer for Unity, back in the 10th minute, to get the throw in. Rogozinski. Back to Geispers. Over to Hall. So chip the ball forward for Kim. Gregor Smith's calling for it on the far side. Kim keeps himself, but no way through. Patient defending there by Banovic. He's going to be fooled. That should be a foul, and it is a foul by Hall on Shambusho. The last 90 seconds or so of this half. The sides do go into the break level. It's about a fair result, all things considered. The effort has been there on both sides. The danger has been there on both sides. And the goal apiece is about fair compensation for the effort put out. Acrobatic clearance there by Hall. Badger trying to control that in front of Ando, and does. Greaves trying to close down. Can't get there in time. And Banovic will look up for Torsen, who's advanced up this near side. Over his head, though. That'll be a Highlanders throw-in. Rogozinski. Geispers with Shambusho all over him. Ando skips the challenge. Walter and Greaves are there with Ando, and they have to be absolutely careful. Kim Sagaste's gone forward. That's where the ball goes. The ball couldn't stay with him. Walter should be able to keep this in and does. Walter on the deck, holding up his Henman. Doing his target forward roll. Ando. Rogozinski. More Highlanders joining the attack now. Smith. Back to Rogozinski. Have some help down the horn with Walter. Puts it on the deck. Ando. Henman. Turns. Gets into the area but can't bring the ball with him. Minute being added on for stoppages. Kobe Greaves. Can he find something in this last minute? Well defended by Unity. Held their nerve, held their shape. It was Lowe, I believe, and Chesko coming together at the end. Clear, but now here's Greaves getting in, and he's on side, but he won't be able to get to the ball. Over Kane Banovic. And he'll bank that off of Kim and out for a throw. Chesko with the long throw. Looking for either Shimbusho or Fussell. Finds neither. And the referees decided that'll do. After 45 minutes, it's Victoria Highlanders 1, Unity FC 1. It's the Highlanders home opener weekend here at Centennial Stadium. Don't go anywhere. After halftime, we've got what will undoubtedly be a fantastic second half. Welcome back to Centennial Stadium, the University of Victoria on the traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples for the second half of this home opener between the Victoria Highlanders and Unity FC. My name is Richard. Glad to have you back with us. The second half of this 1-1 game. Goals scored first in the 10th minute by Jordan Lowe for Unity. His first of the season before Cody Geisberg got his first of the season, the center back. A 32nd minute scramble in the area. The ball kindly fell to the center back and he duly deposited it in the back of the net. Which brings us to where we are right now. So far, only one substitution that we are aware of, and that being James Cameron coming in for Joel Badger for Unity. So the attacking formation shifts a little bit. And that's more of the same for everybody else as we get the second half underway. Unity in their all-black kit. On your broadcast left, on your broadcast right, with the white kit and the black shorts are the home side Victoria Highlanders. Both teams seem to have settled on a 4-2-3-1 style formation as the game has gone on here. For Highlanders, Rogozinski, Geisberg, Hall, and Kim as a back four. In front of them, Ando and Walter making a midfield duo. This sometimes does switch to a 4-3-2-1 depending where Kobe Greaves is playing, but generally speaking, Greaves and Walter will swap back and forth, leaving a front three of Smith, Greaves or Walter, and Sagaste, and then Henman leading the line. For Unity, it's Hicks in the back, and then Chesko, Banovic, Hajdeki, and Torsen is the back line. Bona and Powell, the two midfielders shielding that line. And then Jordan Lowe, Nick Fussell, and now James Cameron, formerly Joel Badger, on that attacking three, and Victory Shambusho leading the line. As that ball goes out of play, it'll be a Highlanders throw here on this near side. And the captain, Gordon Hall, throwing that forward to Haegon Kim. Kim gets the return. Nice ball to Sagaste. There's another return. Good interplay here from Highlanders. Kim lining up. Doesn't take the cross, goes all the way back instead. Brings in Greaves. Ando directing traffic to go back to Rogozinski, and that's where it goes. Geisberg make that. Geisberg chips over the top. Doesn't find Kim. The second ball does make its way from Greaves to Kim, and now over the top for Sagaste, who's got a little bit of space here. Puts the cross back post, but that's away from Gregor Smith. Marcel Bona was backtracking like mad to get in there. Sagaste still got the cross off. Ando pulled back. That'll be a foul, certainly. I don't think it'll be a card necessarily. Referee's been fairly lenient on that front so far. Let most things go. He's allowing the game to dictate itself. The players are duly responding. This is a good position, though, for the Highlanders to make something happen early in the half. And you have to think they fancy their chances going from directly this location. I think Greaves is there, Walter is there. Most everybody else is forward. Ando is staying back. Smith staying back. Walter is standing near this. Tees it up. It's be Walter or Greaves. It'll be Walter. Floats it in. Headed. Back post, nobody there. Second effort. Oh, the impossible try and off the line and out. Henman went for the spectacular. Couldn't get it on target, though. Not with enough venom to really test either Hicks in goal or the defenders lined up along the end line. And it'll be a corner instead. One set piece to another. Greaves thought about taking that one quickly, thinks the better of it. Not Greaves, excuse me, I think it's Walter who's taking that one. And it is Walter taking it. Back post headed on. No, off the bar and over. Calm header there. I think that was by Cody Geisberg, who currently has one goal. Was looking for another. And off the top of the bar and over, though. Hicks was there. So far, all is well. Unity backline. Hicks now to take this goal kick. Urging people forward. Looking on this near side. Lowe is there, as is Kim. Goes over both of them. Hall spins the header over. Geisberg, watched by Shambusho. Up the middle they go. Ando tries to get past Powell. Can't do it. Good defensive midfield work by Powell. And he starts to attack the other way. Sliding in with a crunching challenge there is Rogozinski. Sagaste He's got 2 on him. Still going pace for pace here. Henman stops up. He's trying to brute force his way into the area and gets there. Takes a shot. Just over. Henman that close. Well, already in the first 5 minutes called in the second half, Michael Henman's already been more busy in front of goal than he has the entire first half. It's exactly what the Highlanders need. They are currently averaging a goal a game, an average that they are sticking to very well as the scoreline currently stands. Hicks goes along with the goal kick. Geispers is there, so is Shambusho. No one gets to that second ball though. Shambusho under it, heads it forward. Chance for Bona to get there, but in comes Rogozinski to make sure it goes clear. Greker Smith trying to run forward, not able to get onto that. That should go out for a throw, and it is. Ando tries to take it quickly. He'll now take it. I think Rogozinski thought that might have been his. They both stood by the line for a while there. And now it's Fussell looking for Shambusho, but Rogozinski should be able to get there and does. Rogozinski not shying away from the tackles at all here. While you love the enthusiasm, you can't help but worry that that aggressive tackling is going to put you in card trouble if you get so much as a centimeter out of place. Banovich going long. The substitute, Cameron, offside. Zadravik playing the 1-2 with Rogozinski. Shambusho will try and put some press on. Said it'll be Hall. Sagaste comes short. That's where the ball goes. Kim tries the return, but it's a poorly spun ball there. Chesko might have got a toe on it. Either way, Greaves does come away with it in the end. Fussell was a little bit loose in possession. Greaves now going for the end line. Shouldered off of it. Referee's fine with it. Powell going the other way. Good physical stuff here in midfield. Both teams going for it. Walter slows it down now. Brings in Hall. 5 Highlanders along that front line. Sagaste's calling for it. That's where the ball goes. Kept on side. Low ball. Back post. Nobody there. The run was a bit late there from Smith. Ando. Greaves trying to dance into his area. Not quite. Ando moves up. Can't get a foot to it. Shambusho, can he get a counter going? No. Hall steps in front of him. Kim keeps it in play. He's got Sagaste. Kim keeps it. Looks for himself. That'll go on target. But an easy one to handle and immediately thrown back into play by Hicks. Cameron forced to go back there. Torresen finds Fussell, but Fussell closed down quickly. That'll be a foul though, surely. And it is. Greaves the guilty party on that one. And that long ball ultimately comes to nothing. It'll be a... Oh, it does deflect off of a Highlander though, so they'll say it was a throw in. Going the way of Unity, which they take quickly and they go back. Now looking for Bona. He's got a little bit of space to work with, but Hall steps up nicely. There's a chance for a counter here. Sagaste finds Henman. Henman tries to chip the keeper, and he does! How do you like that? Michael Henman! A cheeky chip in the 54th minute, and Highlanders are up 2-1. Well, give all credit in the world to Gordon Hall for making that read and starting that counter. As soon as there was space to work with, Hall stepped up, made the right call to make the block, sprung Sagaste on the counter. He'll get credited for the assist on that one. And then a ball to Henman. Got both defenders wrong-sided, saw the keeper off his line, placed a very cheeky chip over the head of David Hicks. And it is 2-1 Highlanders. They have bettered their seasonal average in goals per game. And there's probably nobody happier for that right now than head coach Steve Simonson. Now the question is, can they hold on to this? 55 minutes gone. 35 more to go. Henman from Sagaste started on a counter won by Hall. That's the scoring play to put the Highlanders in the lead. Sagaste pressing very high after Henman was brought down. Hicks, though, calmly played out. And now long from Hajdeki. Rogozinski got turned around there. That should be a corner, and it is. And Unity now get a chance to respond right back. Over will go Jordan Lowe. Bodies everywhere here. And he'll go close. Headed clear though. Sagaste rising tallest. Smith trying to get there, but Powell did well to shoulder him away. Second phase ball on offer here, but Powell can't hold on to it. Ando, can he start a counter? Unity kept pushing higher and they were punished for it. Now it's Gregor Smith. This is promising. Assuming that he can stay on side. Walter's in a great position. Oh, look at this run! But that's well defended. Good work there. I think it was that Powell who came back and helped out. Expertly done. And the counter is broken up. I didn't think it was Powell, wasn't it? Foul called there. Taken quickly. Bona. Chesko. All the way back. Ivanovic waits. Now Chesko. Floats it up. Zadrovic should be able to watch this sail over his head, and he does. Now, the idea there clearly was Shambusho back post. A bit too much effort on that one. Touch too much mustard. Geisper's now to build up from the back. Shambusho again trying to press. We saw in the women's game earlier today, the Unity high press was good for 2 goals on the day, forcing plenty of turnovers and making life very difficult for the back line. In the men's match, not so much. That certainly hasn't stopped them from trying. Meanwhile, that foul conceded by Unity, so it'll be a Highlanders free kick. And they'll slowly set this up. It wouldn't be CONCACAF without a little bit of time wasting, just a little bit. Hall. Kim. Ando. Greaves. Hall. Lets it go past. Geispers. Looking for Smith. Over his head. That was a nice bit of ball there. I think 6 different Highlanders touched the ball on that setup play. And it looked pretty good until they tried the switch. And unfortunately for them, Gregor Smith is not 2 feet taller. Chesko. Hall shoulders low off the ball. Zadrovic has to be careful with that one, with Fussell and Shambusho both within the vicinity. And now they'll wisely go long and relieve the pressure. Long ball from Zadrovic had to manage the bounce there carefully. Was that Hajdeki with the long ball? Hall to Kim. In comes Shambusho for pressure. Lowe is watching as well. Kim. Smith is way open on the far side, as is Rogozinski. They have to keep it close. Greaves up against Bona. Turns. On the deck for Sagaste. Tried to get it back to Kim. He does get it through. Second effort for Sagaste gets it through. Kim is in good position here. Rolls it on target. I think he was trying to get a run from Henman. That surely can't have been a shot attempt. It will go down as one that is rolled on target, technically. I can't imagine Kim wanted to finish the play in exactly that manner. Meanwhile, Geispers gets there. Shambusho, though, took the feet out of the Highlanders defender. We've played an hour of this match. Highlanders 2, Unity 1. Substitution coming up here. And it looks like Jonathan Walters' day will be called done here. Decent shift for the midfielder. I don't think he'll be unhappy with his performance. And it looks like Haegon Kim will also be taking a seat. So Kim and Walter out, and we'll see who replaces them. Kim will actually exit by the near side of the pitch as it is closer. Makes sense. And the Highlander reinforcements take to the field. And so that looks like 21 William Libby has moved in. He will be taking up Kim's spot at left back, one would assume, like for like. And as for the midfield option, as Ando moves that into touch. And looks like Unity are also preparing a substitution of their own here. Someone moves up from the subs bench. Anthony Preston, it looks like, was the midfielder chosen to come in for Jonathan Walter, excuse me. Zadrovic. Hall headed low, popped up that time by Libby. Low, nice footwork to get that central. Bona finding Shambusho. Hall gets in front of that. Greaves for Sagaste. Nice cut inside from Javi Sagaste. Greaves back to Ando. It was a dangerous ball right in front of Fussell. Geispers thumps it long. And Vicar Smith will watch that sail into touch. So once again, that was Haegon Kim out for William Libby, who comes in. And Jonathan Walter out, and Anthony Preston comes in with the Highlanders double substitution there. And there's one currently queued up for Unity. We'll see who that is in a moment. Right now it's Jordan Lowe for Unity. Inside. Twisting and turning there, it's Cameron, the substitute. Came in at the start of the second half. Sagaste does manage to get past Chesko. And there, foul is conceded by Chesko. You see the referee hesitate for a moment there, thought about playing advantage if Sagaste could get away, but Chesko made absolutely certain of that. And here's the substitution. It looks like it will be Bona coming out. Respectable shift in midfield for Bona, playing more of an 8 role, which makes sense considering he is number 8. And we'll see who they bring in place. As his free kick will be taken by Hall. So it looks like for like, taking up the spot in midfield immediately vacated by Marcel Bona. Is number 21, that looks like, or 27? 27, Kieran Eve. So that looks like Eve in for Bona. Lowe trying to get inside on Libby. And the return, Libby does get a heel to it, but 3-on-1 against Lowe. He's not getting out of that. Sagaste inside. Looking for Henman to go on a run here. In comes Banovic trying to close it down. Henman goes short. Fooled everyone, I think. Sliding in is Banovic to make sure that goes nowhere. You can see the idea is to try and get Preston in. No such joy this time. Greaves playing the 1-2 into the area. Back heel. Nobody there. Nothing but black kits. Inspired stuff there. Sagase is now really starting to turn up the playmaking heat. Foul there, though, conceded. And that will be a free kick for Unity. We've played 20 minutes so far of this second half. Highlanders 2, Unity 1. 54th minute goal by Michael Henman. Cheeky little chip over the head of Hicks. Has the home side up by 1. Sadrovic had to move quickly as in came Cameron to try and press that one into the back of the net. Sagase, though, leaves it for Greaves, and Greaves for Ando. Preston, not able to get that to Smith, though. That did, I thought that banked off of the heel of Eve there. I guess not. It was straight out. Here in Eve. Hard first pass. Hall will thump that directly to David Hicks. Sadrovic, as we're just going goalkeeper to goalkeeper direct here. Route 1, no subtlety. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it can be a bit boring. But right now, I don't think entertainment is necessarily on the mind of either side. What matters is getting out of this fixture with 3 points. Highlanders entered this match jointly, having conceded the least number of goals in the entire League One men's division. Meanwhile, in the area now, Unity with a chance. They take the shot. Zadrovic is there. Got himself low and saw it. Yes, Highlanders only conceding 1, level with TSS Rovers. Rovers, Rivers, and Highlanders all on 7 points, incidentally. Rovers ahead of the pack on goal differential. With Rovers and Rivers ahead of Highlanders, I believe, on goals for in all counts. All right, so the goal differential is Rovers, Rivers, and Highlanders have equal differential, so Rivers is goals scored. And that is why Rovers, Rivers, and Highlanders is your top 3, all on 7 points. What a league chase. Everyone separated 1st to 7th by 2 points. And then there's Altitude with a single point after 4 matches. Long ball asking Gregor Smith to go for a run. That's outside of his range, though. Chesko. Oh, that's a hard challenge there from Greaves. Yep, that's going to be an easy foul to make. Taken quickly by Chesko. Banovic. Walking this into midfield himself. No challenge, and he actually megs Preston. Geisper steps up, gets the return, starts the counter. There's some space now. On the deck for Henman. Goes down, went on his own accord, though. No foul there whatsoever. That was more Henman blowing a tire than anything. Cameron, though, nice little move to try and get central, and now has. He's got help. Can they turn? Low, the goal scorer for Unity, puts it on the deck. Torreson puts that high. He had runners in position. One more pass maybe to try and get Shimbusho out to the far side. Might have been the better play. You can't fault Torreson for seeing goal, though. What you can fault him for is not hitting the target. Speaking of Hedman, though, that's going to be his day done, I believe. And also, I believe that is Gregor Smith coming off as well. So Smith and Hedman, their shifts come to an end. Hedman has the go-ahead goal. No complaints there.
Coming out of the game is number 9, Michael Hedman. Coming into the match is number 13, Aziz Youssef.
Aziz Youssef will take Gregor Smith's place on the attacking right.
Gregor Smith. And coming out, coming into the game, number 11, David Schaefer.
So with Schaefer coming in, all of these are listed as natural midfielders, so some shuffling will have to take place at some point here. It'll be interesting to see who moves up from midfield to take that role vacated by Hedman. It looks like it's going to be Youssef, who will now be the tip of the spear in this 4-2-3-1 setup. Chesko, Banovic, Hajdeki, looks like he had to do well to keep possession there. And that's a ball looking, oh, so closely. Oh, and bobbled there by Zadrovic, but he does get there. Despite having Francis Powell all over him. Schaefer, playing on the left side, just pushed Preston out right. Youssef, back to Hall. Schaefer. He's got his first few touches of the match in now. Finding his footing. Sagaste waits. Patient work here from Javi Sagaste. Expect nothing less. Hall goes all the way back to Zadrovic. Shambusho was a nearly too heavy a touch from Zadrovic. And Youssef is going to try and poach here. Doesn't foul his man, but doesn't win the ball either. And Hideki gets it over to Torsen. In comes Preston to close down. And it's one away. Ando, forward to Preston. Still Anthony Preston, holding on to it. Rogozinski sends it back to Zadrovic. Hall. Geispers. Youssef. Big target forward's first few touches of the match now. Does well to bring in Sagaste. Cuts in on low. Gets him to bite twice. Now Youssef gets the return to Greaves. Highlanders are building through the middle now. Sagaste forced to go back. Tapped forward from Geispers to Ando. Rogozinski out right. It's been called for and received. Preston, I think, had gone over. Possibly Libby had switched. Either way, now it's Schaefer. And there's the turn. On the deck it goes. Youssef in the middle. Preston wants the return. It's going to go back post. Nobody there. You can see the idea there from Libby. Oh, but it's still going. Schaefer couldn't do anything with it. And it'll be a goal kick. The Highlanders did well to fight to keep that ball alive. Ultimately not able to get a shot out of it. It does keep the pressure away from their own goal, which is exactly where, when you have a 2-1 lead, you would like the ball not to be. So it looks like, as things stand right now, they've moved David Schaefer actually to the left back role, which means they've moved Libby. Interesting tactical switch up here. Meanwhile, Hall goes down, no call. And the center back tries to get back into position. Now foul is called against Unity. And it looks like a substitution is happening now for Highlanders. All the action happening now. And that looks like Javi Sagaste's day will be done.
Substitution for the Victoria Highlanders coming out of the match is number 4, Javier Sagaste.
Another good shift from the creative midfielder. Has an assist to his name.
Number 22, Hamish Ogden.
And Hamish Ogden comes in. Unsurprisingly, the UVic connections run rampant in this Highlander setup, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. Hall on the free kick. Goes long, asking Schaefer to run for this one. And Schaefer will get there. It's into the area. Youssef pops it up, heads it down. Was looking for Preston, couldn't get there ahead of Eve. Fussell trying to get there, Shambusho though. Earlier in this game it was Henman who was isolated. Now it's Shambusho who is, for the last half hour or so, been isolated. Forced to make his own luck here through high press. With a goal-scoring talent like Shambusho, if you can effectively cut him out of the game, you've done half the job. The other half, of course, is to score goals, and Highlanders, as it stands right now, have done that. Youssef. Looking for help on that right side. Preston there. There's the cross. It's offside, though, as Greaves jumped early. Flag went up immediately for that one. No disguising that. Still 4 outfield subs on the bench for Unity, and some of them are getting up now. I think I see 2 subs up for Unity. 1 outfield sub remaining for the Highlanders. And of course, both teams still have their backup goalkeepers. Actually, this might be 3, so maybe a triple sub coming up here for Unity. Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, back in the play, Lowe gets past Schaefer. Greaves trying to close him down, and does. And Greaves watch that go out. Does he foul him? No, he does not. That arm was creeping dangerously high. And now the triple sub will take place. We'll get those subs sorted out in just a second here. The options available for Unity. Oh, we'll hear them just now. So Shambusho's out for Roxburgh. So Shambusho's unfortunately for Unity, fortunately for the Highlanders, held off the score sheet. Chance for Xander Roxburgh, though, to make something happen. Let's see where it looks like Roxburgh will take a place. He's listed as a midfielder, but I can't imagine he wouldn't be too happy being right in the middle of things like he is there. Trying to make things happen, and look at that. The subs come on, they win a corner. So one of the subs there confirmed to be Roxburgh. Still waiting for confirmation on the other 2. There's the corner. Dropped by Zadrovic, but he gets his own rebound. And the Highlanders goalkeeper claims it. Throws quickly. Chance for a counter. Schaefer has a step. Youssef is in space. And it's going to be Schaefer, full head of steam. Cuts inside, leaves it on the deck. Cleared. Just got that to the wrong side of Hamish Ogden. Well defended by Unity. Calm, collected work at the back. Chesko and Powell were there. So 17 currently in the attacking right side. For Unity, that would be CJ Rossi. That answers that question. Meanwhile, that cross going back post is not going to find Schaefer. Ando gets a swing. A shank of a shot there. Brzezinski leaves for Geismers. Geismers looking for Schaefer. It will be headed clear by Chesko. Greaves slides in. Only gets as far as Powell. The matching 22 comes in. Ogden not able to do anything with it. And CJ Rossi trying to put some pressure on. Not able to do so. Nice header from Schaefer. Powell. Stutter step together from Ogden. And then Schaefer will be called for that. Final 10 minutes of this game. Final 9 minutes, if you like. Highlanders up by a goal, courtesy of Michael Henman. By way of Javi Sagaste and, unofficially, Gordon Hall. You gotta respect how that play started. Hall making the decision to jump up, intercept high, and start the counter. That's what got things rolling. Now what can Unity roll on and get here? Long ball from Banovic, headed to the corner by Rogozinski. This should be a throw-in, and it is. Cameron takes it. Asking for help from the back. Hajdeki. Chipped that one forward, and now crossed again, looking back post. That's not going to find its target, unfortunately. And they'll watch that go out. Rossi forced to watch that effort go away. Zadravec will kill whatever seconds he can get away with. Headed back in. Won by Schaefer, convincingly. Hall. Geispers. Geispers faked the long ball. Now he'll go to the side, where Cameron will try and close down on Libby. Zadravec goes long again. Yusuf. Be able to get under that. Preston tries to get there. No call. I think there's some appeals there for handball. Referee wasn't interested. Chesko. Rossi. Back to Chesko. Goes long. Met by Hall. Now Highlanders in good position here. If Preston can do something with this. Loses out though. Good pressure in midfield. And that will be a foul going against Unity. Some frustration being shown there by a clearly unimpressed Xander Roxburgh. Ogden and Schaefer linking up there. Can Ogden get to this? It'll be clear, but only as far as Yusuf. Puts the left-footed cross in, nobody there. And a nice little touch being shown. I believe that was Joey Seo, who's off to the races now. And that is Seo. So that answers the question of who the third sub was. Rossi, on the other end, crossing, deflected, cleared. Initially, a bit of a too cautious clearance there, but then doing the wise thing and getting it into touch. 5 minutes to go plus stoppages. I have to imagine it'll be about 2 minutes, would be my guess. Highlanders content to lob that one long. More sweeping be done. Oh, it's a poor sweep there by Hicks. Luckily, Yusuf was going the wrong way. Else that could have been disastrous. Ando heads that to no one in particular, and it's Rossi who comes away with it. Checks off Schaefer. Sio. Geisper's as well to get a toe in. Keep Rossi from getting there. Cleared by Schaefer. Banovic. Popped up by Sio. Roxburgh trying to turn. Finds Sio again. Sliding in his haul. The captain making a committed sliding challenge in the area. Dangerous thing to do with 5 minutes to go and a 1-goal lead in your own area. All showed a lot of bravery and confidence there, and he was rewarded. The ball is cleared, though it is now a corner for Unity. Takes a couple different deflections. Zandrovic watches it go wide. Nearly hopped in there. And from our angle here in the broadcast booth, it almost looked like it had picked the top corner, but it was thankfully the wrong side of the far netting. Thankfully for the Highlanders, not so thankfully for Unity. Over the head of Preston there. Nice little touch from Yusuf, trying to find Ogden. Ogden could still press here, and does. But nice little footwork there from David Hicks. Sweeper keeper showing confidence in his own box as well as 10 yards in front of it. It's a bit of a high boot there from Libby, excuse me. And well, that ball will harmlessly clank against the fencing at the far side. Before coming back into play. Throw taken by Unity. On the deck, they were looking for Sio. Never got there and cleared. Banovic. So many bodies forward. Only Banovic and Hajdeki. Back for Unity. Only the two center backs. Everyone else pushing forward. Looking for that equalizer. Good charge going on here by Torreson. Puts the cross in. That'll deflect out. It'll be a corner. 3 minutes to go. Almost everyone is for this now. Hicks is moving to the midfield circle. Only one outfield player outside the penalty area. All hands on deck. Unity looking for the equalizer. Foul called. Some disbelief on the faces of Unity there as that call is made. But they clear their lines quickly. Not wanting to argue, considering the potential for a counter is how they conceded the go-ahead goal. Zandrovic eats a few more seconds. And goes long. Schaefer runs onto this. He's actually in a good position on it. Ogden asks for the overlap. Gets it. Yusuf is central. Greaves is behind, and then Greaves will go in. Gets the bank, takes the throw. Nice move there by Highlanders. They'll eat a few more seconds here, and Schaefer takes it quickly. Greaves lost the handle there. Unfortunately, couldn't maintain possession. Unity will look to restart this as quickly as possible. And they'll go short, playing out from the back, starting with Mario Banovic. Going long, 4 Unity players waiting. Flicked on by Rossi. Popped up. Right into the sun. Don't envy him there. Ando clearing. Chesko. In comes Ogden to try and put some pressure on Powell. Rogozinski clears to Yusuf. That's good midfield work there by Eve, making sure it didn't go any farther. Final minute of regulation. Highlanders 2, Unity 1. Free kick. Off that foul. And Hajdeki, or Banovic, excuse me, going long. Sio. Ando submarined there, I believe by Roxburgh. And there may have been a head collision there, and referee will stop and check. Looks like the foul will be going against Unity. I suppose the argument being that Ando had position. Highlanders won't mind in the slightest, I don't think. So that will be Roxburgh, and he will have to be checked to make sure he's clear to continue. Schaefer not able to control that one, though. As predicted, 2 minutes added on. Hall goes to the ground there. Greaves being hounded by Powell. Chesko picks it up. Back to Banovic. Hajdeki. Torreson. To go up against Libby. Overcomes Preston to help, but it's still Torreson. Now Libby manages to get the clearance. But they'll give the throw-in. I was going to say, is that a foul? No, surely not. No, it's not. It's a throw-in. Libby with the clearance again. The throw deeper. All time wasting all the time now for Highlanders, and Hajdeki a bit loose in possession there, and Yusuf pushes it all the way back to Hicks. And Yusuf now putting his own high press on. Powell helping out, going long. They moved Hajdeki up, or they moved Banovic up, excuse me, to be a target forward effectively as they search for a goal. And they now might find a way through midfield, but 5 Highlanders on the back line waiting for it. Yusuf trying to force Hicks to play this. And back to his area. And rolled forward. Hajdeki up the side. Oh, that went out off of a Highlander. Throw in. And Hicks being called into service here. Goes long. Roxburgh, return to play. Team fit to continue. Earns another throw-in. What can the Unity faithful conjure here? Chesko, has he got something massive lined up here? He's on his offside. And he does indeed have a long throw cooked up. Headed clear, though, by Rogozinski. Low. Misses 2 players, and Ogden clears it, and that's the game. The Highlanders remain unbeaten, and they open their homestand with a win. Highlanders 2, Unity 1. Taking into 10 points on the season, and more importantly, scoring 2 goals in a game, raising their average of goals per game above 1. The winning goal scored by Michael Henman in the 54th minute on an assist from Javi Sagaste. First half goals scored in the 10th minute by Jordan Lowe for Unity. And Cody Geispers in the 32nd minute for Highlanders. Brought us into the half level, but it's Henman's winner that sees the home team go away with all 3 points. Highlanders will be back at it tomorrow against Nausamat FC, and we'll hope to see you then. Until then, my name is Roturo. Thank you for watching League One BC Soccer.